Hey traders, Akil here, and welcome back to another episode of the Trading Coach Podcast. I have got an amazing episode on tap for you today. It is an interview of a struggling trader turned money manager at the age of 25, right? Young guy, killing it in the markets. If you guys are new to the podcast, my name is Akil Stokes. I am a professional Forex trader. I am also a trading coach over at tier1trading.com. And something that we do each and every Friday with my buddy Jason Greystone is we hold what is called an accountability session. And it's a session where we bring in traders on our platform and even trial members, traders that are just trying us out. And we basically have them come in, share their stories, share their goals, and it sets them up to really hold themselves accountable with the rest of our community throughout their trading journey. And we had a trader come in last minute to share his story, and it was an awesome experience for all of our traders involved. Again, this guy is a young money manager, so he shared his story about how he got started in trading. He shared his struggles of not only becoming a successful trader, but some of the obstacles and hoops he had to jump through to start his money management business. And he explains what it takes if you want to do the same as him. So check it out, take notes, be inspired, be empowered. And of course, if you're new and you like what you hear, I couldn't help but to shamelessly plug, right? Make sure you subscribe to the show. We're doing amazing things, more downloads each and every week. We're blowing up the charts. This is slowly becoming one of the best Forex trading podcasts out there. And that's because of you guys. So I appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode.
Yes, no problem, no problem. I'm actually new to the to tier one, so this
That's
is like,
amazing. Hats off to you, mate, for
yeah,
coming on and just jumping in like this.
yeah, no problem. So are we here to talk about trading in general, like our trading experience and things like that?
Okay, so the idea of the accountability session is to come on, at the moment we're just doing sort of introductions, who you are, a bit about you before you got into trading, your journey so far, how you found it, what type of trader you are, what if there's anything you're struggling with, what goals you've got. So really a broad overview of who you are, Brad.
Okay, yes, I understand.
So
Well,
if you don't mind,
uh,
just kick off for us. Tell us a bit about who you are before trading.
so actually, I'm quite young, so I've been trading since I was younger. Would be my 6th year trading, so I've been trading for about 6 years, and I have quite an extensive, experience and with different strategies and uh, things of that nature. And before I was a trader, I actually had just finished school, so I was in school and I started trading in school, getting interested in it and learning, and then I started, practice trading, learning how everything works, how the markets work. Um, and that sort of thing. And then as I got, more experience with trading, I decided to go live and open a live account. And I was a rookie at that stage, so I didn't really understand risk management and all the important things that take to be a good trader.
Yeah.
But so far it's been a great journey. I mean, in the beginning, I would trade, ridiculous, amount, like lot sizes and things like that, and
Yeah.
it was, I guess the excitement of the moment to make, all those pips and all that money, but you can lose all of it, in a blink of an eye if you don't
Absolutely.
understand risk management.
Focusing on what you
So
could have rather than what you could lose.
exactly,
Yeah.
and so after that point, I blew out my account, unfortunately, and I had to start over, and kind of you're sitting at that point, it's like, is this for me? Like, should I continue trading? Should I basically, you kind of figure out that next step, because at that point I had traded for about a year and a half, and then, like I went from, doing so well in trading, and then, thinking of all the possibilities. And I wasn't actually trying to learn more, about it itself. I thought I was good where I was. I was like, because I was winning, and you don't really think about what, the downsides, the negatives when you're winning. And so until you lose what you had, and then you kind of have to sit back and reassess.
Sure.
Um, So, you know, through some time, I was able to rebuild back up my account. I was able to, you know, further my education in trading, and also from that initial experience, I learned that one of the most important things as a trader is risk management, you know. And so yeah, so basically I was trading a personal account for like a retail account, trading account for a couple years, and then some family friends got, you know, interested because I was trading consistently for quite some time, and then I actually started a company, like because I'm based in the United States, so I'm in the U.S.
Okay.
And as of now, I have a small company, like a startup company for trading, and I had to go through, like, you know, the government and everything to get licensed to trade other people's money and things like that. And
Yep. So
so far we're
you're
doing pretty
managing
good.
money, right?
Yeah, so I am a money manager.
Yep.
We're pretty small right now, and I have two partners, but they're not actual traders. They're just, you know, helping me with the business end of it, you know, legal and things like that. But I am the trader. You know, I'm always, you know, making the strategies, back testing, things like that.
Yep.
Uh,
Okay, so
so
just take us
yeah.
back a little bit when you left school. What made you actually get into trading? How did you come across?
So when I was in school, actually I was in college for software programming, for engineering, software engineering, and coding, and then I just was interested in, like, different areas of code and things like that, and I found MetaTrader 4, you know, like, and I found the MQL language and things like that, and I was looking, because I've always been interested in trading, but I'd never, you know, really understood how I would learn, you know, that, because there's not, you know, there's like quite a lot of resources online, but, you know, if it's just hard to find the correct resources and, like, the correct guidance. And I
That's
really
right.
liked, you
It's
know,
just
like,
everything in a big pool, isn't there? And it's hard to structure.
exactly,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. And I've really liked, like, I've just recently come across you guys here and on you know, Tier 1 trading, and I was told by a friend, like, someone that you know, another trader, and they were just saying, like, you know, like, these guys are the real deal, like, you know, because I've always, like, you know, been skeptical of, like, a lot of, like, people online and things
Of
like
course.
that, and, like, the information, and then hearing you guys talk and stuff about trading, like, I definitely, you know, see you guys are, like, great traders, and you guys are guiding people in the right direction, and I really, really do, you know, like that about you guys, and just
Well, that,
being, you know, part of this community.
yeah, well, that means that, I mean, yeah, we really believe in our platform, and it's great to have your feedback because you've been through it all, right? You've seen all the mistakes, and you've made all the mistakes, and you've had all the struggles, and hopefully you can see that the way that the whole platform is structured is from. I was saying this to someone the other day. I said we developed the whole platform with, why didn't I have this when I was learning in mind? That whole phrase is like, why didn't someone tell me to
Exactly.
do this? Yeah, and that was really the sort of the whole structure of the platform and how we were able to develop it the way we did, and it really is a great platform. So it's great to hear that you've persevered with trading, because you mentioned at one point, you know, you'll go through that phase where you think, oh, is it for me? You know, you've blown an account, and um,
Exactly. And it's a tough choice to make. And also, to answer some of the questions, I'm getting a couple of questions in the chat, and I just wanted to get back to them. And they said, like, if I was all in for leaving school, and initially, no, I wasn't. I was still in school, and I was also working full time to kind of, you know, figure out if, you know, and I was trading part time, so, like, basically all my time was going towards, you know, pulling in all different directions. And then after a while of, like, figuring out that I could consistently turn a profit and things like that, I started moving more towards trading full time. And also, yes, I did have in the U.S. I'm not sure how regulations work in the U.K., you know, for trading, you know, other people's money to be a money manager. But in the U.S., you are regulated by a group called the NFA, which is a government, you know, group, and they regulate Forex, you know, foreign exchange and things like that. And you have to take two tests. One is called the Series 3 and one is called the Series 34. And you have to pass both of those tests and also do, like, an extensive background check and things like that to make sure you're not, like, a money launderer or anything like that. And
yeah,
but so that answers, you those questions there.
Sure.
But
did you
it's yeah.
So sorry, Brad. When you got into trading, then why do you think trading was for you? Why did you want to? Did you actually enjoy the markets? What was it for you? What did you want out of it?
So basically, the main thing that I wanted from trading is just the ability to have the freedom to, take my life in any direction that I chose, and not be tied down to, like, say, a 9-to-5 job or, things like that. Just to have that financial freedom to be able to help, my family, help other people, and just to be able to have that freedom, and it's something hard to obtain, but I feel like trading is a vehicle to get you to that point.
Yeah.
And it's definitely it's definitely a great industry, for that, and I feel like it's definitely a great opportunity that we have, in this day and age with the internet and things like that, and all these resources.
Absolutely.
So it's definitely that, yeah.
Sorry. Just to go back then, what when you just started off on the journey, what were the expectations from you? Did you have realistic expectations, or was it, or was you just blown away?
Initially, when I was first beginning trading, I definitely had unrealistic expectations. I'm not gonna, say that I had realistic expectations because because of the it's basically like in the retail trading, when you have no experience and not or anything like that, you just see the possibilities. Like, you see how much money you can make, and you're not thinking about anything that could go wrong, and you're just thinking, like, if I take this, this trade, I could make this much money, and all I have to do is keep doing this, and I'll, I could be, I could basically be set for life, like, you think it's like you'll get rich quick, but that's not what it is.
No.
And Naomi asked, did my trading style shift significantly? But yes, that is true. My trading style has shifted significantly from when I first started trading. I am much more of a cautious trader now, and I do really like, the one thing that I really like about you guys as well, because I've like, listened to a lot of the podcasts and things like that, over the last couple of weeks, and I basically like that you guys do your back testing by hand, because I'm also a firm believer in that, it's just to look at the market individually. You really get a feel for it, and you really start to understand, and you just get, a lot of just like, it's like you're gaining experience, by looking at this history and doing these back tests. And
100%. And I always get questions about, do you offer any software to do back testing, automatically, or something that's just going to do your back testing for you? And my opinion of that is it's just that would be a complete waste of time. How do you feel?
Exactly. And a lot of it too, like, there's a lot of software bias, because a lot of the backtesting software that's available, like, some of it's really expensive too. Like, you really have to make like a hefty investment to even purchase that software, and it will basically build a strategy for you, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And whenever you see those results, it says that it's positive. You put it into the live market, and then it starts blowing out your account,
Yeah.
And it's just and it's like, really, I feel like it gives you a lot more confidence when you trade, whenever that it is your work, and that you've looked at it, and it's reassuring to know, like, like, when you go on a losing streak, it's just part of the strategy. In the back test, you see that happens, and it gives you that confidence to trade, because I think one of the most important parts of trading is, like, your mental health, like, it's like more of a psychological thing than it is just doing the trading,
Definitely. Yeah, so when whereabouts are you from in the US, did you say?
So I'm on the east coast of the U.S. I'm located in Atlanta, in Georgia. So that's where I currently am.
Okay, and when you got into trading, did you have many people around you that were trading as well, or was you a bit alone, or did you have any accountability?
So actually, I didn't have anyone around me that was trading. It was pretty much just me, and then not anyone in my family or friends or traders or anything like that. And I looked online, like on different, forums and things to see if I could find, other like-minded traders or like people just that could, like you said earlier about I was like, why didn't anyone tell me this? Like that you get in this platform, like you get this, like there was none of that, those resources out there. Like it's a lot of it's very misleading, and
Oh God, yeah.
it's just, people trying to make a quick buck off of people that don't understand, what they're getting into.
Yeah. Do you think that accountability is important to you, or?
Yes, 100%. I think accountability is is very, very, good to just basically to keep you, in a good mental condition to continue trading, and to just review things that you may have done, your mistakes and things like that. And just even having other people hold you accountable, like other traders, or just in general, in my business, my partners will hold me accountable for most of the
Yep.
things that happen, because while they may not be traders, or they may not understand, they are good business people, and they understand
Profit and
to the
loss.
to the most exactly,
Yeah.
because I've heard you guys say in your podcast before, you do have to treat this like a business if you want it to be successful.
Yeah.
It has to be a serious thing.
Yeah.
And
I was talking to this about Adam Grimes, and you'll see the interview, and we was talking about the difference between hobbies and businesses. And the definition of a hobby is it takes money out of your pocket, whereas a business is supposed to put money in your pocket, right? And
exactly,
if you're dabbling and treating it as a hobby, you're going to have a very short career in trading.
exactly. And George asked my age. I'm 25 years old, so I'm quite young at the moment. But yes, I mean, I definitely agree that it is to be treated as a business, and even if you're a casual trader, you still have to take it seriously to an extent, because when I first started, I realized very early on, to keep my consistency, I had to take it very seriously, and be there at the times I needed to be there, because most of the activity, in the trading world, at least in the pairs that I trade, happen during the London session and the U.S. session, and those are kind of if you live in the U.S., those hours are kind of crazy,
Mm-hmm.
for trading. So when the London session opens here where I live, it's 3 in the morning. So
Yeah.
you have to, and that's a lot of the activity will happen during the London session.
Yeah.
So it's key to it is a huge time commitment, and it to be successful, you do have to take it seriously.
Definitely. So tell us a little bit about your learning journey then. Because was you struggling to learn something, and you sort of learned something and figured out it didn't work, or was there,
Yes.
what did you find out in that journey?
So initially, when I began to learn how to trade, I looked, I was looking for resources that were, solid, because the thing is, I wanted to learn how to, I didn't want to follow, something like a program or anything like that. I just wanted to learn the fundamentals of the market, how the market works, and then try to see, because I feel like if you have that basis, that foundation, then you can learn how to, to progress from that. And then if you see
100%.
other people,
So,
and if you
it's
see
not
other
about
people,
the actual strategy as such. It's about learning to trade, right, and developing a system.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
It's learning the fundamentals, because there's different traders with different trading styles, they're all going to, if they're experienced and they know what they're doing, the strategies will work. They maybe differ from one another, but it's because they understand the market, they understand how to trade, and it's a good trader can look at any trading instrument, any financial instrument, not just Forex, any financial market, whether it be stocks, futures, cryptocurrencies, and you can build a valid trading strategy because you have that
Because you know how
understanding
to
of
fish.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that was my number one goal, is to get that foundation, and there's not many resources for that out there, and it's one of the things that you learn mainly through experience, is through doing, through trading, from the mistakes you make, you do learn a lot through that.
Yeah.
But I definitely started dabbling in the baby pips, where everyone starts usually, and learning different strategies, and kind of you know playing around with different things, and and kind of seeing where they went. And then as I got more serious, like as I started to be, try to want to take it to a professional level, I started doing my own back testing, started to build my own strategies and things like that.
Yep.
And so I've found that it is very rewarding once you get to that point where you can kind of create your own thing and then see it, work live. And I really do. That's one of the, I guess, like the highlights of trading to me, that challenge.
So when you finally sort of developed your system, what did you go about doing next? Did you take some time to test it and to develop it, or did you paper trade or demo trade, or did you just go in at very
Yes.
small accounts?
So definitely, I took originally when I had the system kind of built out and kind of figured out what I wanted to do professionally, I started trading. I was already trading like I'm sure you're familiar with Ichimoku.
Yep.
Yeah. So I was trading Ichimoku mainly when I was beginning. When I was like just trading, for consistent profit, and then once I wanted to branch out and make my own thing, I put that on the same account, and I was just trading smaller lot sizes, like little, just looking at the pips to see how many, pips was I getting, and like kind of seeing it live, and then that, then seeing that it worked out, I started to, kind of take the information, take my back tests that I already had, and kind of started to look for things that I could improve to improve the overall efficiency of the strategy. Because in a good strategy, I feel like consistency is the key, is like having a consistent strategy that will, like not something that's going to, do amazing in like say like a month, and then like the next month it's going to bomb out.
Yeah.
But something that can, weather through like any
slow
market
and steady
conditions.
equity curve, right? A slow and steady, solid equity
Exactly.
curve. Yeah.
Exactly. Having that consistency is key.
Yeah.
And then Naomi asked how long I've been managing money, but it's been about 2 years now. It's going to be 2 years in October, so almost 2 years.
Oh, well done.
Well, thank you.
How's the business side going on that? Was that harder than you thought, setting all that up? I bet it was.
Yeah, so it definitely was a challenge. That's why I have my partnership with, because my the people that I work with, they they're on the board of a technology company. Like they have a technology resale company, and it does really, really well. So they have a lot of experience in running businesses.
Yep.
And so they were interested in turning my trading into a business. And so like they, basically we agreed that I could just focus on the trading, keep, my head clear, and kind of just and do my thing, and then they would handle the other, the business end. So I really do enjoy having that, with them, and it definitely, like I do, we do meet, and then I do have some insight on how the business operations work, and I mean for them it like that it is new to them, but they're handling it well, and as a business we're doing pretty well.
Excellent. That's really good to hear. So just tell us a little bit about how you stumbled across Tier 1, and then sort of what your motivation was for coming and checking us out then.
Yeah, so I heard about you guys through someone that I used to one of my trading friends, and they were just saying like, cause they go on what is that website, TradingView.
Right.
And then on TradingView they saw Akil's profile, and then they were like, oh, you should check this guy out, and they started showing me the podcast and stuff like that, and like on and they were just showing me like like you guys is like all the things you guys have like on the internet, and I was like, huh, these guys look really solid, and then I just wanted to kind of like check out the website, and then just just seeing the
Stalk us out a bit.
exactly, and it's just nice to know that there's other, because the trading world is a very lonely world. There's not many people who understand this language, and survive in this industry, and it's just nice to have like to know that there are other people, that do the same thing and are successful, and like it's just very comforting and kind of cool to like exchange, thoughts and things like that with.
A
So
community.
exactly, having a community.
Yeah. I mean, that it is so true, and there's so much noise out there now. What we're trying to do is just break through through all of that noise, rise above, and really create a solid community. Because it is, like you say, it's just a massive gap, and it's time that we sort of tell people what trading's really about, give them realistic expectations, and also have the accountability. So one of the things we do here, Brad, every week is we bring a member on. And I'd love your opinion on this. And they basically tell us about anything they're struggling with. They might want to talk us through a trade. They might want to talk us through some discretion that they've built looking at the markets, and basically just tell us what they're working on and what their goals are. And by doing that, we find that it's very, very difficult to go back on your word, because you've put yourself out to the group and you've told everyone, so you don't make the same mistakes again. You don't procrastinate. You actually get on and do it. And
Exactly.
How important do you think that is to you? Would that been something that you would have liked at the time?
Exactly. Yes, definitely. I mean, I definitely feel like it would have been helpful to just have, support, from other people, and just knowing that what I'm doing, and also like, because when you collect like everyone's like knowledge together, someone can save you a lot of time, to see, like maybe they're seeing something that they already know, or like a mistake that you're making that they may already know.
Yeah.
And they can save you all that time by explaining to you, what it is that you may be doing wrong, or like what it is that, like they can add to whatever it is you're doing, and it kind of, you just build something together, like, and it will definitely help a lot. So I feel like that is something that's very, very vital.
Does this sound familiar, guys? It's literally like listening to me. One of the things I always go on about is ask the questions to people, because everyone's on the same journey, and the chances are people in here have already tried something, or gone down the wrong road, or tested something, or know how an indicator works, or had a broker problem. And if you just ask the questions, you can really shortcut the learning curve by getting the answers to what doesn't work. I'm a massive fan. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the main benefits, I would say.
Exactly, and that's a very valuable resource that, I mean, at the time when I was learning how to trade, wasn't available, and it's just something that I feel like if you are new to trading, and if you are trying to actually do this, like, it is really, really helpful to have that, that resource, that tool, and just like having a community to kind of like talk, and talk through maybe problems you're having with your trading and things like that. And it's like someone may have the answer that you're looking for, and it can save you a lot of time.
Definitely. So what are your sort of plans then for the sort of short and the near and distant future then?
Well, as far as trading goes, I mean, every night basically, when I'm, looking, kind of looking for my trades and things like that, I'm also doing more and more back testing, trying to kind of, improve my strategies and things like that. And then also, one of the things that I want to do, I guess, as far as like my trading goals go, I would say that I want to trade more currency pairs.
Yeah.
Because right now professionally, I've only been trading 2, and
Right.
I used to trade with Ichimoku like 10, like many more. But as far as like building out my strategies and things like that, having them personalized, it takes a long, long time to back test everything and make sure everything's solid.
It does.
So,
The two you're trading, is it the pound dollar and euro dollar, or?
yeah, so those are the 2. Yes, the main, the big ones.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, definitely my trading goals would be to, like, I would like to move into the US dollar yen, because that's one of the pairs that is pretty stable. It's got good volume in it, and I feel like my strategies, like, cuz now that I have a basis on the strategy that I use, my main strategy, I can kind of translate that to other pairs and just kind of adjust them slightly depending on like the behavior of that pair.
Yeah, I bought the dollar yen in last year, and it's been great, particularly for flags, wedges, pennants, type of breakout type of trades. So
yes,
it's really good for that.
but yeah, those are definitely I guess my immediate trading goals, and then I guess for the long term, it's just to keep seeing how, I guess, how good of a trader I can become. Like, just try to get better and better, and and keep on keeping on.
So Naomi says, what advice do you have for new traders? And that was something I was gonna ask you as well.
Yes, so I guess for new traders, I would definitely the main thing is I would definitely find your trading style, like what you're comfortable with. Kind of seeing basically what kind of trades you're looking to be in. Are you a swing trader? Are you a day trader? Do you want to, that kind of thing, like kind of find out mentally where you would like to be as a trader. Like if you wanted to picture this as a job and you were to do this job for 5 years, like what would you be comfortable with doing every day, as if it were a job. And then also kind of learning risk management, I would say, is like one of the number one things for the new people trying to trade, because it is very, very discouraging when you blow out an account. I can tell you from experience.
Yeah.
And I would definitely learn risk management and just learn, I guess those would be the most important things as far as like advices that I would give.
And when you say learn risk management, I think a lot of what Brad is talking about is know when you're wrong, and just have a rule that gets you out of the trade, right?
Exactly. Your entries, well, your exits are probably the most important part. I mean, basically knowing like if you're wrong on a trade, it's like you have to basically just look at your pips and not focus so much on the dollars, and that really helps take that pressure off, because when you're new, you're just looking at the dollars, you're just looking at your account, and if your poor account's getting beat up, because you're taking a couple losses, and that really, man, psychs a lot of people out, and then it makes you trade emotionally, and remaining unemotional in trading is one of the biggest things. Like you have to stay unemotional, and learn how to manage your risk, which is basically, knowing how to get out of a trade. Because I mean, it is important, because I mean, you will, like, I guess a lot of people like that will talk to me and ask me about trading, in my personal life. They always only want to win, like they want to have 100% win rate, but that's not how it works. Like you have to have your losses, like to have your wins. It's just about how your ratios are going,
Yeah.
Just staying consistently profitable.
Yeah. There's always a cost of doing business.
Exactly, and that's exactly how I look at it. It's like your losses are basically your cost of business. Like it's your opportunity cost to make the money that you're going to make.
Yep. I think what people struggle with is they compare it to a normal business where you've got a profit and loss on one product or one project, whereas in trading your profit can come for 3 months and then your losses can come for a month, and it's not all in one transaction. Yeah.
Exactly, and I definitely feel as like and that's where that back testing confidence will help you a lot. It's like whenever you're going through that rough patch where you're just losing, you know to trust your strategy, and just stick to it.
Yeah.
But I definitely agree that it is like it is like one of the biggest things to know if you're going to be a trader or if you're not going to be a trader, is if you have the mentality for it. Like if you can weather that, the storm, as well as the good days, the good trading days.
Yeah. I think that's some really solid advice there. One of the things I was going to say is you're running it as a business, so you're obviously journaling your trades as well. Every trader should journal their trades, but do you have a process for journaling your trades? Do you have a review period where you review your systems?
Yes. So basically, as the trades happen, as like I open and close as I open the trade, I'll document that first entry, and then I'll document the exit when I close out the trade. So I'm journaling it as I go, and at the end of every month, I review basically everything. Like I basically backtest I backtest that month of trading as if I hadn't done it. Like I just like I'll have my live journaled trades, and then I'll go back and do it like without looking at that. I will backtest that month again to see if it would have matched. What I would like to see if it would have matched basically what I did.
Oh, that's a really good. Yeah, that's a really good tip. Yeah, that's really good. I love that.
Exactly. So then it's like unbiased, So then because then if I'm not looking at that information, I'm like, it's not going to bias me to and then I can see if I made mistakes, because even though I trade, at a professional level, I still do make mistakes. Like everyone will make mistakes, eventually, and
Yeah.
it's just part of, being a human being. You're not a machine. You're gonna make mistakes. Um,
Yeah.
so I always like to see that and kind of like look at, areas where I can improve and things like that. And
That's really good.
so I do believe that it is important to journal your trades. I think that's a great thing to do.
Excellent.
Um,
All
so
right.
Chris asked me, what type of trader am I? Um, so it's basically I wouldn't I'm not sure what CT or TC,
Counter trend, trend continuation
Oh, okay. Yeah,
patterns.
so basically my strategy is very it's difficult to explain. But I guess if I had to put it, simply, like basically most of my my trades will start against the trend, and then if they're going to be good trades, if they're going to have continuation and I'm going to keep them open, they will turn into the
Yeah.
trend. And it also depends on the time frame that I'm looking at, because looking at multiple time frames, like I do like that you guys do that as well, the multiple time frame analysis. Um, Kind of helps to see, like how long you should be in a trade and things like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. More like I was just
so
about to say that, Akil, like a reversal entry.
yes, so it is in a sense a reversal entry, and then it if the trade is good, then it'll match my trend, depending on the time frame I'm looking at, like the immediate trend, say like maybe the 1 hour trend or the 4 hour trend, or things like that. But yeah, so I guess you could classify it as a reversal trading style.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, I've what a great guy to get in for a last minute accountability session. I think it's that really did save the not only save the session, but what what great value that Brad's been able to offer to the traders inside the platform. That's incredible. And just to summarize, what Brad was saying there is, one, don't get into trading if you don't like it or if it isn't really down to you, if you can't see yourself persevering with it. I got, he had unrealistic expectations, which most of us did. It's important that you get around people that are going to hold you accountable for the best chance of success. Then it's really about learning. It's not about the strategy. It's about learning the fundamentals of trading, learning the basics, learning price action, learning how to read price and how to navigate your way through the markets to then develop a strategy, and then going about that in the right way. And then obviously testing is a massive, massive part as well of being able to trade successfully and then having the results that you've been working for. So I just want to say thanks, Brad. That is really, really great. I really appreciate you coming on. Is there anything else you'd
Yeah.
like to say to the group? Any last words?
Well, I mean, the pleasure was mine. Thanks for having me, and letting me, have the, be a part of the accountability session. I really did appreciate, being a part of it, and I enjoyed, talking to you guys, and
That's
it's
really good.
been a great thing. So,
Excellent.
um, but yeah, so I feel like you summarized it, pretty well. So
It's funny that, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I get all the time is, why, if you're so good at trading, why do you want to teach people? Why do you want to help people? Or, oh no, this system works or that system works and what you're talking is rubbish. Well, this is the sort of time when you see these traders that are successful and they're all singing off the same hymn sheet. They're all preaching the same thing. They've all been through the same mistakes, the same problems, and this is exactly how we've shaped this platform. We only want successful traders. We don't want dabblers. We don't want to lead people up the garden path and do something that they're not really interested in. And we want to create the highest volume and highest turnover of successful traders. And let's just ask Brad, in your opinion, Brad, based on what you've seen so far, how do you think the platform is? Do you think it's good?
definitely. I mean, I definitely think it's a great resource, and if I was a beginner trader, like I really wish this was a resource that I had, when I was starting out. And I definitely feel like if even if you're a beginner, this would be a great place to learn. And then I feel like you guys are definitely preaching the correct, like to actually help people become traders, And I definitely feel like this is you guys are creating a great community of like-minded traders and things like that.
Excellent. Well, thanks a lot, Brad, for coming on. Have a great weekend, mate. I'm going to close your microphone now, so take care. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you guys.
Cheers, man. Okay, well, I think everyone can agree that was a very, very good session, very valuable session from Brad. Hopefully it reinforced, what we're doing here is all in the best interest of developing independent, consistently profitable traders and helping you develop trading systems that suit your personality, putting you on the right path, giving you all the support you need, all the tools you need, all the community you need, accountability, dedicated Q&A, everything you've got. And I truly believe that if you aren't successful at trading after coming through this program and through this platform, trading probably isn't for you, because you literally have everything you need here to develop as a consistently profitable trader.